Disney brings the scares and humor to theaters with their newest movie, Haunted Mansion. This is Does It Hold Up? And I'm Emily. Was this reboot remake a boo or a boo-hoo? Find out now. Ben Mathias is a grieving widower that has spent many years creating a camera that can take photos of ghosts, even though he doesn't believe in them or the afterlife. One day a priest shows up at his door and takes him to a haunted house occupied by Gabby and her son so that he can get proof of what's happening there. After discovering that the hauntings are real, they enlist the help of a medium, Harriet, and a historian, Bruce, so they can put an end to all this ghost nonsense. This is a family-friendly horror movie, much in the vein of Kitty's first scary movie, but it fails to conjure up anything that's scary outside of one or two moments, like the moment the young boy Travis first sees the ghost bride at the beginning of the movie. From that moment on, the scares get fewer and farther between, with no real sense of fear even for the little ones. This was also a comedy of sorts, and will elicit a few giggles here and there, but overall the movie gets trapped somewhere in the realm between funny and scary, never really landing in either. The main cast is where Haunted Mansion has a little bit of life. Lakeith Stanfield as Ben is a bright spot in this ensemble. He brings some weight and levity to the movie whenever it is needed, and elevates the mediocre material. This isn't his best work, but it is his first family-friendly film, and with his performance you can expect to see him more in the future. Rosario Dawson, who plays Gabby the homeowner, does an okay job, but her performance felt forced. As if Disney told her if she wanted to play Ahsoka, she had to commit to this movie whether she wanted to or not. Chase Dillon plays Travis, Gabby's son, and he's good, but the script doesn't give him much to do. In fact, the story seems to forget about establishing him as a character until the last moment when he needs to be the focus before the finale. Owen Wilson as Father Kent is on cruise control for the entire runtime until he gets a third act twist that is telegraphed from the first time he's seen on screen. And then in the waning moments of the movie, Wilson comes to life and starts enjoying himself. If only it had been that way from the beginning. Harriet, the medium, is played by Tiffany Haddish, who is doing the same thing Tiffany Haddish always does in her movies. It's boring and repetitive. Jamie Lee Curtis has a small part as Madame Leota, and whatever voice she's putting on for the role distracts from anything else she may be doing. Danny DeVito graces the screen as Bruce, the college professor with a passion for the paranormal. He is fantastic in this role, but then again, it's always amazing to have this man on our screens. Jared Leto is the voice of Crump, the villain of the movie, but the off-putting CGI of the character and Leto's over-the-top performance gives him no chance of becoming memorable. The story of this movie is much better than its predecessor, 2003's The Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. That version had a lot more fun and jokes, but this is a much better made movie top to bottom. Don't come into this version of Haunted Mansion thinking it will be like the old, because it's much different. This movie is much darker, with not as much humor, and the performances are better all around. The pacing of this movie is decent as well. You'll never feel bored watching it, but there is a good 15 minutes of story that could have been cut and not missed at all. What works well for this movie is that the story was jump-started right away. There is no long build-up to the ghosts or getting the team together. We get a flash of backstory and then right into the haunts and ghouls. Overall, Haunted Mansion is a good time that misses out on being great by not fully knowing what it wanted to be. The acting was the greatest part of the movie, but the actors are let down by subpar script, uneven direction, and CGI that, although decent for the most part, can be very distracting at times. We're giving Haunted Mansion a B, because it's a step in the right direction for the IP, but this wasn't the one. Maybe one day we'll get the cancelled Guillermo del Toro's version of the story and be graced with a great family-friendly horror movie from the Mouse House. Until that day arrives, I'll be content with what we are given. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments below your thoughts on Haunted Mansion. Please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel for more great content, and ring that bell to be notified whenever we release new reviews or a fun fact. Or click on the screen right now to hear our thoughts on some of the latest news in film and television. Until next time, be the very best you can be, and be kind to those around you. I'll see you next time. Bye!